periodically, and also to take decisions that shape their socio-economic and political destiny. The electorate still possesses the power to vote them or vote them out in the next election. Despite the postponement of the elections by the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, working with other relevant governmental agencies, the 2019 election across the country will be free, fair, transparent, and credible, and will be adjudged as meeting international standards. In Edo State, we have demonstrated our resolve to contribute our quota toward deepening democratic governance in Nigeria, as evidenced by the peaceful, transparent, free, fair, and credible elections which ushered me into office, and also in our last local government election, which we conducted through the Edo State Independent Electoral 2018. That judged the freest and fairest local government election ever conducted in Edo State. As you cast your vote on Saturday, I implore everyone to refrain during and after. Violence-free incidents at the polling units will encourage more people to come out and vote. This will boost the dwindling ratio of voter turnout, which we have witnessed in recent years in Edo State. It will also contribute to nurturing and consolidation of democratic governance, which future generations will be proud of. The issue of security will be key to the success of this election. Therefore, any threat to peace will be taken seriously and dealt with promptly. I want to assure you that adequate security to prevent a breakdown of law and order and guarantee free and fair elections in Edo State. Any violence should be reported to the National Crisis Center on telephone number 196 or the Edo Electoral Crisis Center on telephone number 0807 777 and 0703 394 0263. I repeat, the national telephone number is 196 and the Edo State Electoral Crisis Center are 0807 777 3771 and 0703 394. Dear people of Edo State, the 2018 general election is a crucial election for us in Edo. Since I resumed office on the 12th of November 2016, all my actions, policies, and programs have been based on the agenda and manifesto of my party, the All Progressive Congress, APC. As I stated in my New Year message,
Take.
Are we going live now? Yeah, we're going live. So, are you still? We're not going live soon. Don't say that. Well, wait. Are you first? Are you going to play this video? Or were you just testing the video, or you were already live with the video? Testing the video. Okay.
Is this thing happen again when we're starting the second production? I won't take it lightly from you. Yeah, because this will always happen every time we have production. Every time.
And Vanguard. So, Kevwe Modupe, what do you have on your side?
Now, from the Nigerian Tribune this morning, we're having this one coming in 24 hours to the election. Kwara PDP senatorial candidate arrested. Who arrest underage voters? INEC. INEC okays APC for Zamfara. Marafa councils kicks forts INEC. And from the Vanguard this morning, we're having this one. What may swing victory to Atiku or Abubakar? Atiku or Buhari? Now let's even look at this one. You see, I think I really thought this headline that Vanguard have on the paper this morning. True. We have 72. I think 70 years. We have 72, about 72 persons contesting, or parties contesting for the #1 seat in this election. And it looks as if it's only these two parties, the APC or the PDP that's contesting. They are very wrong because the election is not all about
or Buhari or PDP or APC.
Yes.
We have AAC. We have
lots of them. They put in time. They put in enough resources. I know some of them have campaigned for up to like 18, some 20, some 30 states. And at the end of the day, you are coming up with this headline telling us that the victory may swing between an election that have not even been held. You are saying the victory is going to swing between the APC and the PDP. That's not true.
I don't know if they were paid to do this, but I believe that Vanguard is very wrong for this.
No, they shouldn't do things like this. And we still have this one. How today's votes may cause bandwagon effects in Guba elections. Then CCTV exposed murder of London-based returning. So you see almost all the papers, they're just discussing the 2019 the elections.
The Observer, we have security agencies pledge watertight security at today's election. Says no cost of alarm for anybody, and we should go and vote. They also we also have only fools die for looters, and well then Obaseki's reform, Rwanda to adopt Edo educational system. Lord's impact of Edo best.
I think that's what the SSS governor was trying to let us know when she came on set the other day.
Yes. Then on The Guardian, we have Zamfara APC crisis. INEC to allow parties participation in general election. Then we also have nobody will intimidate voters, assures Buhari. So basically, that's what we have. Oh, we also have INEC urges peaceful conduct during today's polls. So
I think there's something we're missing out here. You see, finally days here. By this time last week, the politics was heated. Everybody was shouting, INEC come, they disappointed us, we're not happy. But finally, in less than 7 days, INEC is ready to conduct the 2019 elections.
But to you, are they fully ready?
No, they are. Because the reports we're getting.
Yes, the reports are good, but they're not totally good because still not started voting at some certain places.
Yeah, please, the incumbent president has voted.
Obviously, they will make the president vote, so we think everything, you could just talk everything out.
It will be too early for us to just be jump into conclusions now that INEC will not be able to deliver a credible election.
But then
a seamless and credible election.
But I personally feel like if they had postponed and done whatever they're done, by now everybody, if they say 8 is 8, 8 should be 8. They're still on the African time thing.
But at least the elections will hold. Now, I'm talking about the inclusion of Zamfara APC in the elections. But there's something I noticed. In River State, I watched a clip where the APC Guba candidate was saying something, as Sotonye was saying something that, come on, INEC, if you guys are not going to put us in the ballots, there's going to be an issue. You're going to conduct Rivers election twice because they believe that at the end of the day, no matter what is going to happen today in Rivers State, the elections will be cancelled. Because as far as it's concerned, it needs to be in a ballot. Let's keep our finger crossed. You know Nigeria. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Now, at this point in time, we are going to listen to an audio. Okay, sorry, we're going to listen to a video clip here from the governor of Edo State. I think he did this broadcast the eve to the election, where he was advising the citizens of Edo State how they need to go about the 2019 election. Let's listen to let's watch the clip, please.
My dear citizens of Edo State, I have decided to address you ahead of the rescheduled 2019 general elections because of the significance and importance of this 6th general election in Nigeria in the 20 years of this current republic. Although I am disappointed that the elections which were earlier scheduled to take place on Saturday the 16th of February 2019 had to be postponed, I want to appeal to all Edo citizens to come out en masse and vote in the Presidential and National Assembly elections on Saturday, 23rd February 2019, and for the State House of Assembly election on the 9th of March 2019. In Edo State, the election will take place in 18 local government areas of the state, which are delineated into 3 senatorial districts of Edo Central, Edo North, and Edo South. 192 wards, 2,627 polling units, and 4,011 voting centers. Fellow citizens of Edo State, as we know, election is the most significant ingredient of democracy and a major instrument to recruit political leadership in democratic societies like ours. Thus, participating in the democratic process enables the citizens and electorates to freely determine who should lead them at every level of government periodically, and also to take decisions that shape their socio-economic and political destiny.
Is it this one?
If elected officers falter, the electorate still possesses the power to recall them or vote them out in the next election.
Okay, so we put in.
Despite the postponement of the elections by the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, we hope that working with other relevant governmental agencies, the 2019 election across the country will be free, fair, transparent, and credible, and will be adjudged as meeting international standards. In Edo State, we have demonstrated our resolve to contribute our quota toward deepening democratic governance in Nigeria, as evidenced by the peaceful, transparent, free, fair, and credible elections which ushered me into office, and also in our last local government election, which we conducted through the Edo State Independent Electoral Commission in 2018. That election was judged the freest and fairest local government election ever conducted in Edo State since its creation in 1991. As you cast your vote on Saturday, I implore everyone to refrain from public statements, pronouncements, speeches, and hateful conduct that is capable of causing violence during and after the election. Violence-free incidents at the polling units will encourage more people to come out and vote. This will boost the dwindling ratio of voter turnout, which we have witnessed in recent years in Edo State. It will also contribute to nurturing and consolidation of democratic governance in Nigeria, which future generations will be proud of. The issue of security will be key to the success of this election. Therefore, any threat to peace will be taken seriously and dealt with promptly. I want to assure you that adequate security arrangements have been put in place to prevent a breakdown of law and order and guarantee free and fair elections in Edo State. Any incident of violence should be reported to the National Crisis Center on telephone number 196 or the Edo Electoral Crisis Center on telephone number 0807 777 3721 and 0703 394 0263. I repeat, the National Crisis Center telephone number is 196 and the Edo State Electoral Crisis Center telephone numbers are 0807 777 3721 and 0703 394 0263. Dear good people of Edo State, the 2019 general election is a crucial election for us in Edo. Since I resumed office on the 12th of November 2016, all my actions, policies, and programs have been based on the agenda and manifesto of my party, the All Progressive Congress, APC. As I stated in my New Year message, our success as a government has been largely based on the support given to us by President Muhammadu Buhari. With the assistance and intervention of President Buhari, we have been able to pay the salaries of all workers in Edo State as and when due. Pension payments which are due to state and local government retirees are now paid on a current basis, while we have put in place solid plans based on which we have started clearing the backlog of pension and gratuity arrears to all workers. President Buhari has supported and encouraged our education reforms, particularly the revamp of our technical colleges and Edo Best, which is becoming a reference for educational transformation globally. My job creation efforts have been boosted by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo through the Empower Initiative, which has contributed over 12,500 graduates to the 80,000 jobs we have been able to create in the last 2 years, mostly for young people. Over 30,000 Edo citizens have benefited from the federal government social intervention programs such as Trader Money and Market Money. With the active support of Mr. President, we are currently processing applications for federal government incentives such as Export Processing Zone License for the Benin Industrial Park, which, by the grace of God, will receive its first tenants early next year. This is happening at the same time that we are waiting the federal government to guarantee the credit facility to develop the Benin River Port. I am very optimistic that President Buhari will grant us the required approvals which we need to break the monopoly of BEDC so that the Edo people can enjoy constant supply of electricity, just as he did when he gave us the approvals to build the 450 megawatts Azura plant in Ihovo. Dear citizens of Edo State, I have gone into great length to highlight how much we have benefited as a state from having an APC government in Abuja, which has supported our government fully. If we are able to complement the support which we currently enjoy at the federal executive level with competent legislators from my party who are committed to the Edo agenda, I am confident that I will be able to fulfill and perhaps exceed my promise to you. The decision that we will make on Saturday as a state will determine whether we consolidate on the gains which we have been able to make with your support, or we retrogress back to the dark and gloomy era which was the case before 2009. That was an era where thugs held sway over government and public resources were the preserve of a limited clique of corrupt and unpatriotic masters. I am therefore using the opportunity of this broadcast to solicit your support and the goodwill of all well-meaning Edo citizens
Hey guys, welcome back. Now we are going to be looking at some stats as far as this election is concerned. Now, from the record available to us, we have 84,004,084 registered voters all over Nigeria that are registered to contest or to register to vote in this 2019 elections. Yeah, 84,004,084 registered voters. Now, INEC let us know that out of these numbers, it is only 72,775,502 voters that have collected their PVC. And you know the way it works. You cannot vote unless you collect your PVC. So we are not expecting 84 million Nigerians to vote in this election. It's only the number of Nigerians that have collected their PVC that will be voting in this election. So the total number of voters we are expected to vote in this election will just be 72 million. So 72,775,502 voters. Now we're going to be looking at the collection of PVC state by state. Collection of PVC state by state. We cannot, let's just even do regions by regions. Now, from the Northwest, we have 20,158,100 registered voters. And out of this, we have 18,882,854 PVCs collected. So the votes we'll be expecting from the Northwest in this election is Northwest. From the Northwest, the vote we'll be expecting from the Northwest region is 18,822,854 votes. That's what we're expecting from the Northwest. And from the Southwest, the votes we're expecting from the Southwest will be, now, what INEC, the available records with that INEC gave to us was that we had 16,292,212 registered voters, but out of this 16 million, only having issues with our screens here. Okay, now only 12,444,594 PVCs collected. Yeah, collected so far. So which means that is what we're expecting from the Southwest and the Northwest, and please other region, please. Northwest, the Southwest. Okay. From the South, we have the total number of registered voters is 12,841,279 registered voters. But so far, the number of PVCs collected is just 11,574,944. That's the votes we'll be expecting from the South. Then from the Northeast, the total number of registered voters is 11,289,293 registered voters, but we just have only 10,402,734 PVCs collected. And the Southeast, and that's where the vice presidential candidate of the APC is coming from, that the region is coming from. We have 10,057,130 registered voters, out of which we just have 9,071,939 PVCs collected. Now let's look at this from state by state. We have in Abia, number of registered voters. I'll just be giving us record for the PVCs collected. Let's not go about the number of votes collected, for the PVC collected. Now, for Abia State, the percentage of PVC collected happens to be 89.5%. Now, 89.5%. 89.5%. That's the total number of PVC collected. Now, let's do our analysis of so far. Now, the above just shows that out of the 84 million who registered to vote, only those can vote having the APC's barrier come from the northwest, while the PDP article is from the northeast. Now, both candidates would gather huge votes in each other zone, but Buhari would come top. This is largely due to the cause followership Buhari enjoyed the north. Majority of this, mind you, this is just a projection. Majority of this northern voting population support Buhari blindly. They believe PDP 16 years for Buhari. That's a rather funny stats. Now, but what I say in essence is this: the PDP candidate is coming from the from the northwest, northeast, and the PDP candidate is coming. The PDP candidate is coming from the northeast, while the APC candidate is coming in from the northwest. Now, this this election is going to be a very tight one, quite different from the one we had in 2015, because the election in 2015 was basically the north and the south. So it was very easy for us to predict who is going to be the winner, because we know too well that a large chunk of the votes, as far as the presidential election is concerned, is usually from the north. And so, because it was the president then, the then presidential candidate then, the current president now, President Muhammadu Buhari, was from the north, while the president then, who was contesting under the PDP, was from the south, it was very easy for you to do your permutation and just say, okay, the way the election is going to pan out, the northern candidate might just take the day. But at the end of the day, and that is how it pans. But this time, the two candidates contesting for this election, they are both from the northern part of the country. They are both from another part of the country, so it's really very difficult for it might just take the day. But at the end of the day, and that is how it pans. But this time, the two candidates contesting for this election, they are both from the northern part of the country. They are both from another part of the country, so it's really very difficult for us to do our permutation and say that it is the candidate, this candidate or this candidate that is going to win. But like we said when we were trying to introduce this show, it's very difficult at this point in time to rule out the possibility of other candidates coming out tops in this election, because we had a total of 170 candidates contesting in this election. So for us to just trim it down to only two presidential candidates would be quite unfair as far as other candidates are concerned, because a lot of these candidates, if not all, some of them did campaign. Yes, some of them did campaign in virtually all the states in the federation. Like we have the one for the AAC, we have the one for AN, and so on like that. There are lots of parties like that. So it's very difficult for us at this point in time to say, okay, it is going to be between the APC and the PDP. Let's see how it pans out as Nigeria goes right into the various polling units to vote in this election. We are going to go on a short break. Now, when we come back, we'll come up with some stats as regards this election. Welcome back. Now, like I said earlier on, we have a lot of political parties that is contesting this election, more than 70 of them. But a lot of us, like we know in Nigeria, it looks as if it is just the two big parties, the PDP and the APC, that is contesting this election. So we're going to be doing our analysis based on these two parties for now. Assume all things being equal, assuming this election is just between the APC and the PDP. What's the possibility of each of these ones coming up with a win at the end of the day? Now let's look at it from this angle. The current president, President Muhammadu Buhari, is from the Northwest, and his vice presidential candidate is from the Southwest. Now let's look at it. President Muhammadu Buhari, we believe that this man has a strong hold in his own region. And let's look at the number of votes we're expecting from the Northwest. From the Northwest, we're expecting a total of 18.23 million, 18.23, which means 18 million and 230-something thousand votes from the Northwest, where Buhari is from. Now let's add it up to the votes we're expecting from the Southwest, where the president, the vice presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress is from, and that's the person of Professor Yemi Osibanjo. The Southwest, the total number of votes we're expecting from the Southwest is 12.81 million. 12.81 million votes. So the Northwest, the vote we're expecting from the Northwest, where the president is from, is 18.23 million votes. The votes we're expecting from the Southwest, where the vice president is from, is 12.81 million votes. Now let's go straight to the People's Democratic Party now. The People's Democratic Party, the candidate, the president of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, is from the northeastern part of the country. Now, what is the number of votes we're expecting from the northeastern part of the country is 10.4 million votes. Let's assume everybody from the northwest of this country decide to give their votes to the president, who is stemmed in, according to the way they say it in Nigerian politics, our own son. If they give their vote to their own son, which means that 18.2 million persons from the northwest will be voting for Buhari, their son. Why? From the northeast, where the presidential candidate of the PDP is coming from, 10.4 million voters will be voting for their son, and that's the president of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Now, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar's strategy decide to pick a candidate from the vice presidential candidate from the southeast of this country. Let's see how much vote we can garner from the southeast. The southeastern part of this country have a total number of 8.5 million PVCs collected. So the number of votes we are expecting from the southeast is 8.5 million votes, as against the 12.81 million votes we'll be expecting from the southwest. Now you discover that at the end of the day, doing our permutation, we're having the north central, we're having the south-south votes left. Now the south-south votes, we all know in all the elections that we have been seeing in this country, South-South, their votes is usually tailored towards one pattern. The South-South is more or less like a PDP region. It's not just like the South-South is more of a PDP region, because subsequent elections have been held, but even in 2015, the South-South, they overwhelmingly voted for the People's Democratic Party. So we're expecting that in this election, all things being equal, the South-South should also vote for the People's Democratic Party. You will discover that if you check all the states in the South-South, apart from Edo State, which is an APC state, all the states in the South-South, they are all PDP states. So we're expecting that if their governors, if their current governors, they are able to do some work, they are able to mobilize votes, the People's Democratic Party should be able, all things be equal, take the South-South, which means and the number of votes we expect from the South is 11.12 million votes. So we are now left with the North Central. Now, for the North Central, we have a total number of 11.5 million votes. 11.5 million votes. So let's assume now that based on the stats we've done so far, the North Central part of this country might just be the swing states or the swing region, whoever is able to take a huge chunk of these votes, which is 11.56 million votes, might just end up being the winner of the 2019 election. Like I told you, we have never had an election in this country that is so tight, very tight. The APC, remember in 2015 when they were trying to get into power, it was very easy for them to sell themselves. And they came up with the change mantra. Nigeria bought into the change mantra, gave them an opportunity, and boom, that was it. The PDP was dislodged from power. 3.5 years along the line, another election is being organized. So the election that is conducted today is not about the APC or PDP. It's about going through the promises that APC made for Nigerians. Nigerians sitting down to at least understudy to see how far have they been able to deliver on the promises. Have there been any progress made? And if they get a positive answers, then Nigeria will be willing to vote back the APC. But the PDP, what is their mantra at this point in time? In some quarters, we hear them say, let's get Nigeria working again. To them, they feel nothing is working in Nigeria. So the presidential candidate of the PDP, and that's the person of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, is planning to come back to power and help to revive our economy, which he feels is not working. And is asking Nigeria to vote him back into power so that he can help get Nigeria back to its glory days. And you must understand one thing, that it is left for Nigerians to decide who among these two persons are they going to give President Buhari more time for him to be able to finish whatsoever he has started with the economy, with security, with education, with all his policies, all the policies that the APC have. Or Nigerians are going to say with their vote today, come on, we are tired, we don't think you are going to we can continue with what you are doing, or we don't think we can tolerate what you are doing for us. We need to get somebody else to steer the ship of this nation. Remember, it is left for Nigerians to decide. But like I said earlier on, it is going to be a very tight race. Too close to call. I will believe that at the end of the day, no matter how it is, a winner must emerge. INEC, they've told us that max on Wednesday, we should be able to get the final result of the 2019 presidential election. You describe now that focus has shifted. Today, we are not just doing the National Assembly election. We are doing the National Assembly election. We are doing the presidential election and the National Assembly election. But nobody's talking about the National Assembly election. That's to tell you how powerful the central arm of this government, the executive arm of this government is. So we believe that at the end of the day, if INEC is able to conduct a free, credible election, like we said earlier on when we started this show, there's going to be a bandwagon effect as far as the other election we'll be having in this country will pan out. Whoever becomes a winner by Tuesday or Wednesday this week, next week, automatically, when the next election, the state election will be organized, Nigerians will begin to re-strategize, realign, and nobody wants to be associated with what? With failure. We saw it happen in 2015, and we are expecting that same thing will happen again. But what we are saying in essence is this: Nigerians, they are optimistic. A lot of persons, they came up with a lot of concerns that, come on, we are going to be experiencing a lot of voter apathy because of the fact that the election was postponed. But with the report we have gotten so far from the field, that is not the case. Nigerians are trooping in their numbers. They are trooping, they want their votes to count, they want to be part of the process, they want to be among those persons that will cause a change. And I tell you, by the close, when the polls close in today, or when the close closes today, we should be getting results from our various polling. We have a lot of our correspondents that are out there monitoring the election. And so when we start getting a report, situation report from them, we would come back to the studio to tell us how it looked like. Miss Sotonye-pepple.
I've been listening to you talk since, and I'm like, this man, please know they drive. But it's not good. Well, for now, the report is that there are still some polling units that have not started voting.
Wow.
Some people still have delay.
Materials.
Delay in materials.
Wow.
And all of that. Some polling units, the INEC officials have not gone there yet. And, well, I'm taking this from Vanguard. Vanguard says Osinbajo's wife set to vote in Lagos. Well, okay. Because the first report I got was Lagos. They've not started voting in Lagos because of delay. So she's still set to vote.
But Lagos, why will of all states, Lagos? No, it shouldn't be so. You see, if we are hearing reports like this that they are yet to vote, Lagos yet to vote here, it saddens the heart. You know why? Because it just shows the level of preparedness of INEC. Sure. You can't postpone the election for 1 week, and after the 1 week we are coming back.
You know, I said this at the beginning, and then you were telling me I should calm down. Let's see what they're gonna do. But
because
Lagos
it's already up to 11. Yeah, to 11. It doesn't make sense at all.
Also, we have multiple explosions, rock degree, hours before presidential votes.
Now, you see this issue of explosion during election. Let me tell you this: the Boko Haram. I see them as a very funny set of group. It's a very, very funny set. Let me do what very funny set. Funny in the sense that they like craving for attention.
Attention, that's true.
So you know what they do? It's not a common thing that whenever there is anything of national relevance, of national importance, they strike.
You know, they were quiet for some time.
So if the security agencies are telling us today now that they are not aware that something like this will happen, and they did not do anything at all to get themselves prepared for issues like this, then something is wrong, because you should know that it's a common thing. Whether you are celebrating Eid Malud, whether you are celebrating Easter, whatever you are doing, Boko Haram, FDS, they want to gain attention, because you describe that the only way they can oil the propaganda machine is when there's an issue like this and they strike. You say, Boko Haram, they struck to disrupt the 2019 election. Then you just describe, maybe it's one small bomb blast. But these guys, I believe that as a security agent, they have a lot to do.
Then it seems like Buhari is really confident that he's actually going to win, because he told, shortly after voting, he said that he would congratulate himself immediately after results are called, because he is very sure he's definitely.
Let me ask you one. Let me ask you one thing. I'm gonna use one slang. They say before uncle, you expect the man to come and tell you that he will not win.
Definitely.
Even Atiku is going to tell you after voting that he's confident that he's going to win. Buhari will tell you that he's confident he's going to win. Even the one that did not campaign, but only campaign on Facebook, is going to tell you that he's going to win. Because sometimes you see, I'm not trying to make a mockery of any of these candidates. Sure. You see, there are some of them. I say Nigeria is vast. Just imagine us talking about 84 million registered voters. Okay. And you want to contest as a president of these numbers. And you want to get votes from this huge amount. And you just sit on Facebook and do one sponsored ad and be saying, vote this as president. I think if I contest for the presidency, I'll do better than most of these candidates.
That's true. I think you should try.
I think I'll do better than them, because you know Nigeria is too big for those kind of campaigns.
The Nigerian police force saying that they are not going to shoot anybody stealing ballot box. Rather, they would apprehend anybody.
I think the president's statement saying that they are going to shoot anybody that carry ballot box, I think it's not as it was misquoted. Let me use the word misquoted, because there's no way the president will
just say they should just shoot.
We'll just say they will shoot. It's just to put fear in the minds of Nigerians.
So sometimes these people come armed, ready to hurt anybody they see outside.
I think the best way the president should have said it is that, those of you, those armed thugs that come to polling to steal buses, come on, because anybody you see carrying harm should be fired at.
That's true.
I think that's the word. If you are seen carrying harm. But why should Nigerians go and steal ballot box?
Really?
And you know, this is just 2 years sentence. Let me hear what you want.
2 years?
Just 2 years, yeah.
Wow.
If you are caught stealing ballot box. It's short.
So basically, that's all we have for now.
Okay. So we're expecting that we'll be getting more reports, but security report apart from Maiduguri now. There's peace in virtually all. But what, you didn't hear about the policeman that was shot dead?
Yes, last night.
As an
escort.
Yeah.
An escort.
Wow.
And, well, may he still rest.
We shouldn't be hearing about things like this.
True. But then...
The policemen, you just carry unarmed policemen. And it's thing keep happening these days. People just vent their anger on policemen. Sometimes I begin to ask, these guys we call policemen, who are they? Are they not Nigerians? Take uniform out of that man. That man is a father.
Yes, true.
It's almost,
and they volunteer.
yes, because
what they're even being paid, they don't get enough to even take care of their family. But then they're still doing these things. So I believe we should give respect to them, and I hope his family is well taken care of. I hope so.
And please, this should be the last of it we're going to hear today.
Sure,
please. And any news from River State?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm asking about Rivers? Whenever you're talking about security like this, you should talk about River State.
Because they really do like, mostly Port Harcourt, they like politics a lot.
Yes.
Well, what I heard earlier about Port Harcourt was voting was yet to start. But then when we go on a short break, when we're going to come back the next time, we'll get every report about River State, Lagos, those places that they said it hasn't started yet, so we could. You
know what? Let me comment at this point in time. You know, one of the reasons why INEC said that they postponed the election last week is that they were trying to avoid staggered election. Okay. But the way the reports are coming in now, I just pray they don't stagger.
Because I told you said, it's still early.
Because if they stagger after this 1 week break, then Nigerians will not be happy.
No, I'm not happy here.
And I don't want to. I just pray this election doesn't end with conclusive and inconclusive.
Wow, I just got one now. So okay, please. Field card reader slows down election in Okene, Lokoja.
Oh, that's a Asboro state.
Yes, and what were we talking about? INEC, after postponing election, how are you still having a field card?
No. Let's go back to history. We started using this card reader in 2015.
Yes.
Good. 2015, from 2015 till now, we're looking at how many years? Just 3.5 years.
Yes.
Good. Assume in my office, I introduce a new technology that I've tried. 1 year down the line, every bug, as far as that technology is concerned, should be fixed. Unless there's a political undertone, unless somebody is benefiting from it. At this point in our history, we shouldn't be talking about fake card readers.
How many years ago, when they introduced this thing, would have taken it? Fine, okay. They probably don't know how to use it so well. Probably the people they train, not all of them are so good. But at this point in time, and then after postponing the election, you're still having issues like that. Come on, it's really...
The question I want to ask, what I want to ask is this. One would expect that after the 2015 election, that the next election that will happen in this country, the next presidential election that will happen in this country should be like the American election. We should move. There should be. Nigeria should take the word move.
The only thing we can say is it should be, but then are these people willing to let it be? We
should take the word move seriously. It's going to move, as in move. That word is a word, but we should take it seriously. That we need to. It's time for us to move on from this stage to the next stage. By now, we should vote, and as the election is going on, we should be getting results.
Yes. And earlier, I told you about them not starting, votes not starting in Lagos. That was, I got that report as a 9 to 9. And what is the time now?
It's 11.
It's to 11. And here I have, at this point in time, Lagos voters, party agents laments late arrival of INEC official materials.
You see, like now, I registered in Ego, and I'm working in Jari. You know what? When we close this show now, I'll be going to Ego to vote. Yeah. Why? And just assume now that I open an account, a GTB, I open an account in Jari, and I want to make withdrawals in Ego. I shouldn't now come back to Jari where I open an account to make withdrawals. That's old school. So why shouldn't I be able to vote anywhere with my card?
With your card.
This guy, it's just that we have analog leaders, analog leaders that are not futuristic in their thinking. It is time for us to move beyond the stage of bringing your card, slotting it, checking register, going to check as if you are in primary school. You know, this old school where they used to pay. You remember those days now when they post results on notice board? The same thing we are doing in Nigeria. Now they post your name and you check a picture, check. Oh, no, it doesn't make sense at all.
We should move forward.
It's time to move on, yeah. It's time to move on.
We need to do better.
I guess at this point in time, we should be going on a short break to enable myself and Soti to go out and cast our vote.
Break? We're going to vote.
Wow, it's okay. It's going to be a long break. It's going to be a long break because we'll be coming back by 12. This is to enable us to go cast our vote because we too are citizens.
Yes.
Whatsoever is not working is affecting us also. So for that reason, we'll be going we will be going on a rather long break now.
Our votes have to count.
Our vote have to count. By the time we come back here by 12, we want to believe that then we should have voted, and we believe our vote will count, and then we'll get a better situation report to give to you.
We'll get our results.
Tomorrow results. No, INEC said on Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
They said that they are expecting that all results should be ready by Wednesday. All things they did add is QED.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Really
The Wednesday. But at least I believe by tomorrow the result will start trickling in.
Exactly.
And
We should get
one or two reports.
Definitely, we're going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, we will be here tomorrow. But we're coming back.